do, we're going to look here and we're going to say, what's the key topic? Well, communication. So I'm going to write it at the top of our paper. And we know that not just from the title, but as we talked about in paraphrasing, in the first sentence, it usually gives you the main idea, and in the first sentence it talks about communication, and the word is repeated in 3 paragraphs. So communication, and then it says is about. So basically the 3 paragraphs I read are effective characteristics. So we will write that here. Maybe. Okay, so now we have 3 main ideas. In the first paragraph that we read, we talked about effective teamwork. So I'm going to write that as the first main idea. And then it wants to know the essential details of that main idea. So, well, as we read it, it talked about how it conveys a message, and there's 2 questions we must ask ourselves. So I'm going to write down one main idea is that it conveys a message. And the other thing I'm going to write down is that we're going to ask ourselves, I might have to get another pen, how do we listen? And how do we talk? Can you see this okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that is our first main idea with the essential details. The next paragraph talks about practicing. So the details of this paragraph include that it's not always natural.
So Barney, why don't we take this party to a more horizontal location?
And it requires teaching and practice. So we'll write that down here. So that was our second main idea with the essential details. Our third and final paragraph mainly focuses on eye contact as a specific characteristic. So I'm going to write down eye contact. The details of this, it talks about eye contact will provide a mutual respect, so I'm going to write down mutual respect. It also talks about how you can tell if somebody's telling the truth, so I'm going to write trustworthy as well. And then the third and final essential detail that I had from this paragraph specifically was that it's face-to-face. So we're going to write this here as well. Eye contact obviously has to be face-to-face communication. So after we've looked over the key topic and we've talked about what it's about, I gave 3 main ideas and essential details for each idea. At the end, it wants to know what's the big idea. Well, after reading through all of this, I could probably take just from my framing routine alone without even having to read the paragraphs that communication leads to a successful team when used appropriately. So I would write that down here.
That's your excuse to unleash pretext for physical contact number 1.
You get the most amazing photos.
I used to practice all the time on my grandmother.
It's endearing. You're a caregiver. Never take family values out.
Oh, my pencil's about to come out, so just be patient with me.
What's wrong?
Just thinking about this documentary I saw once.
After having all of this together, your students can look over it and it'll help them better comprehend what they've just read and understand what they read and probably take more from it as well. And that's what I have for this week.